Up to now, we know that Gandhiji accepted the offer of 25% of the representative of the planters. In this way, the dispute between the planters and the peasants was settled. For Gandhiji, the amount of the money was less important than the fact that the landlords who had behaved as lords above the law had given up their prestige. Now the peasants had learnt courage to fight for their rights. In this way, it was a moral victory for Gandhiji and the peasants. Within a few years, the British planters left their estates, which returned to the peasants, and in this way sharecropping disappeared from Bihar. Now see what happened after that. Gandhiji never contented means satisfied himself with large political or economic solutions. Gandhiji never satisfied himself with large political or economic solutions. He saw the cultural and social backwardness in the Champaran villages and wanted to do something about it immediately. See, Gandhiji saw that there was the cultural and social backwardness in the Champaran villages and he wanted to do something to remove it immediately. He appealed for teachers. Gandhiji made an appeal for teachers. Mahadev Desai and Narhari Parikh, two young men who had just joined Gandhiji as disciples. Disciples means students or pupils, and their wives volunteered for the work. See, not only Mahadev Desai and Narhari Parikh, who had just joined Gandhiji as disciples, but their wives also volunteered for the work. Several more came from Bombay, Pune and other distant parts of the land. See, several means many more persons came from Bombay, Pune and other distant parts of the land means of the country. Devdas, Gandhi's youngest son, arrived from the ashram, and so did Mrs. Gandhi. Devdas, the youngest son of Gandhiji and the wife of Gandhiji, also came from the ashram. Primary schools were opened in 6 villages. Primary schools were opened in 6 villages. Kasturbai taught the ashram rules on personal cleanliness and community sanitation. Kasturbai, the wife of Gandhiji, taught the ashram rules on personal cleanliness and community sanitation. Health conditions were miserable. Miserable means here poor. Health conditions were poor. Gandhi got a doctor to volunteer his services for 6 months. Gandhiji got a doctor to volunteer his services for 6 months. three medicines were available: castor oil, quinine and sulfur ointment. Castor oil, quinine and sulfur ointment were the three medicines that were available. Anybody who showed a coated tongue was given a dose of castor oil. If anybody suffered from a coated tongue was given a dose of castor oil. Anybody with malaria fever received quinine plus castor oil. If anybody suffered from malaria fever was given quinine and castor oil. Anybody with skin eruptions received ointment plus castor oil. If anybody suffered from skin eruptions was given ointment and castor oil. Gandhi noticed the filthy means dirty state means condition of women's clothes. Gandhiji saw the dirty condition of women's clothes. He means Gandhiji asked Kasturbai to talk to them, to talk to the women about it means the dirty condition of their clothes. Gandhiji asked Kasturbai to talk to the women about the dirty condition of their clothes. One woman took Kasturbai into her hut. One woman took Kasturbai into her hut and said, "Look, there is no box or cupboard here for clothes." And she showed Kasturbai that there was no box or cupboard for keeping her clothes. "The sari I am wearing is the only one I had." She told Kasturbai that the sari she was wearing was the only one she had. During his long stay in Champaran, Gandhiji kept a long distance watch on the ashram. See, during his long stay in Champaran, Gandhiji kept a long distance watch on the ashram. He sent regular instructions by mail and asked for financial accounts. He means Gandhiji sent regular instructions by mail and asked for financial accounts. Once he wrote to the residents that it was time to fill in the old latrine ditches, and dig new ones, otherwise the old ones would begin to smell bad. Once Gandhiji wrote to the residents that it was time to fill in the old latrine trenches and dig new ones, otherwise the old ones would begin to smell bad. They would give out foul smell. See, Gandhiji was staying in Champaran. Still, he was having a long distance watch on what was going on in the ashram. And he was sending instructions even in small matters. See how careful and vigilant Gandhiji was.